Hey guys, welcome back to this video, the series stock investing. Um, so a couple of things I wanted to do before we continue. So we've been using conda, right? And conda is basically like a package wrapper for Python. Problem with conda is like if you do lots of stuff in Python and like one of your, I don't know how I screwed it up, but if one of your core packages get messed up or the versions or the environments kind of get screwy when you start doing like deep data stuff, um, it's really hard to get back. So like in my company, we stopped using conda because of that. Like when it works, it's fabulous, but when it breaks, it's like all hell breaks loose. So we're gonna go back to old Python, and I don't want you guys to get hung up on any kind of commercial distribution people to do this because I can tell you it's just not worth the headache. So just we're gonna go back to regular Python, and we're gonna talk about environments. If you have multiple Python projects, right, and they require different version of software, like for example, let's say you use pandas or any like scientific, math libraries that come in different versions, right? And you use them for your web project, they use them for your like stock, your internal stock value investing stuff. You make it for games. Whatever the case might be, you have multiple projects and they use the same library but across different projects, but they have different version numbers, right? What's gonna happen is if you don't use environments and you just start doing pip install everything, they're gonna have compatibility issues, and it's gonna be like a nightmare. You have to uninstall, reinstall, uninstall, reinstall. So to avoid that, Python has this thing called virtual environment where you can install specific versions and they don't conflict each other. So when you do like pip install, Django, right? In one environment, it could be like 1.1, and then in another one, you could be like, 3.5 point whatever, and they won't conflict. So we're gonna use that. If you don't understand why this is happening, like if you start doing multiple projects, you understand. But you should get into the habit of doing this because it will save you years and years of headache and troubles. So the first thing you want to do is go to Python and just under downloads, download whichever is relevant for your whatever OS you're using. Windows does not come with this, so you will need to install it. But I believe Mac comes with Python, so you don't have to do that. And Linux comes with Python as well. So just download it, install it, and when you're done, uh, you know, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna go on to the next section, but just download this video, and then I'll see you on the next section. Okay, so I'm assuming you install Python. So the way you can check is if you type in python-v, right, it should show you the Python version number. Okay, so you might have installed like an older version. I don't know what you have, but anything above like 3.6 is okay. So the first thing you're gonna do is create an environment, and the way you're gonna do that is type in python-mvenv. That's virtual environment, and whatever you want to call it, like call it stock analysis, right? I already did it, so I'm not going to press enter. So if you go to stock analysis, right, there's going to be all this stuff. Does this work? Yeah, lfdir. I haven't used Windows in a while. So there's a folder called scripts, right? What you want to do is you're going to type in /scripts activate.bat. And what this does is it activates the environment. Okay, so if you don't do this, Python is going to assume that when you pip install anything, it's going to install globally. So don't do that. You got to make sure you do this first. In Mac and Linux, it's source. In Mac, and this is for Mac. Okay, this is for Mac. It's you type in source scripts activate. Okay, that's for Mac people, Mac and Linux people. But Windows people, you have to type in :/ what was it again? Yeah, scripts activate that. Okay, and when you do that, you'll notice your command line just changed, and it has the word stock analysis on the bottom left and on the leftmost side of the line, and under parentheses, right? So that means your environment is now active. Okay, so the first thing you want to run is let's see, what's the first thing? Sorry, I shrank that by mistake. The first thing you want to do is you want to upgrade the pip install -- upgrade pip. Okay, this I already did this, so your thing's gonna run it. It's basically gonna upgrade the pip package. I don't know why Python makes you do this. Like I don't understand. If you download the latest, you should automatically give you the latest pip, but For some strange reason, they make you do that. And the next thing you want to type is pip install wheel. Okay. So I already did this. So obviously it's gonna be different, but your thing is gonna show like a bunch of stuff downloading. So the next thing you want to do is pip install. Man, can't type today. Jupyter. Okay, this is a Jupyter notebook. Okay, I already did this, so your thing is gonna say, downloading all this and that. Okay, so once you're done with that, what you want to type in is Jupyter notebook, and then let's just call it, I don't know, stocks.ipynb. And if you press enter, it's going to launch Jupyter notebook. Notepad? No, it should be Jupyter notebook. 1 second. The reason why that was happening was because I didn't actually have that file. So you could just type in Jupyter notebook, and then this will launch the browser, the web server that your browser can connect to. So now you see this, it has this bunch of messages like you can connect here. Now I'm gonna switch back to the browser so you guys can see what it looks like. All right, so this is the, let me make my head shrink. Okay, so this is the actual Jupyter notebook. Now it looks the same, right? It looks like the same as the other, the previous versions that I've done. Okay, so now you want to type it, go to file, new, Python 3, right? And you can name this like, I don't know, continuing stock analysis, continuing or something. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, right? Okay. So now, and if you come back to the thing, now it will show you .ipynb. And now we're back to the original setup that we had. So going back, now just wanted to remember we were using simfin and all these other guys like for data. So what I'm gonna do instead now is use this thing called yFinance. yFinance, if you guys don't know what Yahoo Finance, right? Yahoo Finance is like the OG of financial data, right? It's probably one of their biggest, most valuable verticals in terms of Yahoo, because nobody uses Yahoo anymore, right? Let's face the reality. Yahoo is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of dead, right? It's like Web 1.1 or 1.0-ish. Nobody uses it anymore, but they still have tons and tons of data, and it's really useful. And a lot of people kind of innovated around their service, right? And one of which is this yFinance, is basically all the data that you see on Yahoo Finance. Like they've managed to, like, you can actually read the README. They basically took all this data, right, from Yahoo Finance, and they did nice formatting, and they do basically everything for you. And it's like, it saves you gobs and gobs of time. So we're gonna use this as opposed to like doing data parsing, because I feel like this tutorial series is becoming more about data parsing and making things prettier than actually doing the stock analysis stuff, right? So we're gonna use that, okay? So this video getting long, but anyway, I just wanted to do those two things before I start doing the actual thing. So you gotta get Jupyter Notebook set up with your Python. If you have conda, you can feel free to like strip it out. Just, you can download all this code from my GitHub anyway. So make sure to do that, and then I will start the actual cash flow analysis stuff. All right, if you like this video, make sure to like, okay, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.